Tonight on our Great American panel, he is the president and executive director of the New York Civil Rights Coalition. Michael Myers is here. She is the news editor for townhall.com and a contributing editor for Town Hall magazine. Katie Pavlich joins us, and he is a country music legend. Larry Gatlin also joins us. Great to see you guys. Welcome.
It's two greats. It's great.
It is, well, great for the three of you. All right, let's start with Newt Gingrich, who's on the campaign trail today in Iowa, and he got heckled by some Occupy protesters. You can see it there. What they're screaming, the first thing they screamed actually was mic check, which gives away the game because it tells you they're Occupy protesters and they want to make sure the cameras are rolling. And then they start screaming, put people first, which I don't even know what that means. And then Newt Gingrich comes back. And he says right there, he basically puts them straight. And he said, what you just saw there was 1/10 of 1%. This is not representative of America. Katie, your thoughts on Newt Gingrich getting heckled, and will a lot of the other GOP candidates be facing the same thing?
They will, and I think this goes to show that, once again, Occupy is not serious in debating. They're not willing to respect other people's First Amendment rights, and they're willing to shut down debate at all costs. And going into the election specifically, let's not forget, as you and I know, the left is very good at repackaging themselves in a brand new bow. The Occupy movement is just an offshoot of the leftists, and remember, in 2008, they were going to bomb the RNC convention. And so going into the election, we have to be careful of who are these occupiers really associating with, and some of those people are Bill Ayers.
Michael, is this how it's going to be now from now on after Occupy Wall Street, that the professional left, as Katie points out, is going to be heckling the GOP candidates? And what I want to know is, will they also be heckling Barack Obama next year?
Probably so. But I have problems with a heckler's veto. But I have a different take on this, because it's just like coming around for what goes around comes around. Because Newt Gingrich has been heckling. He's been heckling the Occupy Wall Streeters, calling them hippies and dirty people who need baths.
And the problem with that is what, Michael? How is that at all inaccurate?
Wait a minute, let me make my point. He's also been heckling judges who can't answer him back. You know,
he wasn't interrupting
just a second. He's heckling judges who can't answer him back. He's threatening judges and subpoenaing them. Can you imagine? This is historian Gingrich. Can you imagine if in the Supreme Court decisions, the desegregation cases, the Congress, which was part of the massive resistance to desegregation, was to bring the judges before the Congress? This is heckling. This is the heckler's veto. Gingrich is not interested in debate.
Doesn't it, Larry, doesn't it actually help Newt Gingrich to be heckled by the far left like this? And it is a question of how they handle it when it does happen to them, and I thought Newt did brilliantly right there.
You're defined by your opposition. You know, first of all, you know that old Jim Croce song, "Don't tug on Superman's cape, don't spit into the wind."
I knew we would get you to sing tonight.
Don't mess around with the Lone Ranger, and don't try to heckle Newt. I mean, you're going to come in second or last.
You're going to lose that argument badly.
Let's have a debate, you know, let's have a respectful debate without interruption, without heckling. Let's do it. And it's just clear that, and as we go into 2012, these Occupy Wall Street protesters are not interested in a serious debate about real issues.
And I don't think Newt Gingrich is interested in a serious debate.
No, he's a serious debater.
He's not a serious debater.
Michael, you can disagree with him on issues, but you can't disagree with the fact that
I want to disagree with him on the issue.
He is a very strong, profound conservative thinker.
Oh, please.
And so if you're going to enter into a debate with him, you better look out.
What Newt Gingrich is he's a self-promoter. He's selling books or whatever else he's doing.
Michael, they're politicians. They're all Barack Obama is the biggest self-promoter of all time.
Well, I'm not saying that Barack Obama is not a self-promoter. I'm not saying Barack Obama is not a flip-flop. And when it comes down to voting, will you vote for the person who is the flip, or will you vote for the person who's the flop? But, I mean, you know who's the flip, you know who's the flop. But
I have a book. Can we talk about that? I'm not running for anything, but
yeah.
Well, you know,
quickly,
Professor, I would say, if and when Newt Gingrich runs up behind a bunch of Supreme Court judges and starts doing that,
that's what he's doing now, because they can't talk back to him as judges. He should be ashamed of himself. He should be ashamed of himself, because that takes the Constitution and puts it on his head.
Look, Newt Gingrich has presented these ideas in the public sphere, in the media, but he has never gone into a speech given by a judge or a Supreme Court justice and ruined his speech or his interruption. He hasn't interrupted him.
I think we're going to see a lot more of this going into the general election, and the test will be how those candidates handle situations like this. All right, guys, please stand by. We've got more with the Great American Panel right after the break. Sit tight.